Hi, this is Chris with Level Ramping Solutions, and today we're going to talk to David and his experiences with his ramp system.
I'm David Smith. I'm trustee at First Baptist Church of Greater Rochester. Chris has been a customer of mine for a while, which is how I knew him and how I got in contact with him. So I knew Chris, like I said. I liked him as a customer, and I like to help out people to help support my life. We had an old wood handicap ramp that was literally falling down, and I didn't want to rebuild it because of the cost and the time. It's a small church and the amount, so I thought I'll call Chris. He gave me a quick estimate. In the meantime, when we were trying to set that whole thing up, my father called me about a ramp for my mother because she's having a hard time walking. She's got a walker, and he couldn't get her up the stairs, the 4 stairs into the house. So in the meantime, I sent him over to my parents' house to get an estimate. So the project of the church, he actually came up with 2 diagrams. When we built the ramp before, we actually slid the stairs over to accommodate the ramp. And he said, hey, listen, I can push it 3 feet this way so you can move your stairs back so they're centered on the big doors in front of the church so it looks better. And fortunately, I have a retired carpenter in the church who was willing to do all the work for us, who was great. And so Chris came out again and talked to him to make sure that he built it so that ramp would be seamless. And so Chris came back out, talked to him, they got that settled up. And in the meantime, Chris had given me a quick diagram on my father's house, and I didn't like the way it was set up. And I said, could we do it this way? And he just switched it and fixed it that way in about, 15 minutes took him. Because of the cost of the one at the church, you're talking, it's $4 or $5 grand anyway. I had to get approval from the church, so we had to have a business meeting, obviously. It was during one of our business meetings. I got the approval from the church, and then we had to rebuild the steps first. So we had to rip the ramp down, take the steps out, rebuild the steps so that he could get in. He's like, whenever you're ready, because I think we started this in June. We finished up our end in either August or September. He had that installed in an afternoon. And at my father's house, I never saw him there. He came and my father just kind of sat on the deck and watched him work, and he was done. It's so quick, so easy. It saved me hundreds of hours of work. I had no desire to do that, but he did it. In fact, my father's house, we had to take out a section of the railing on the deck that I built for him. And I didn't realize, I thought I was gonna have to put, it's a 6-foot section, and I thought I was gonna have to repost it to come to his, let's say, 4-foot wide ramp. It has what they call returns, so that's all covered. So I didn't have to he took out the railing, he set it aside. I'll put it back in someday maybe if we never need the ramp again. And he did everything else. It was just no work for me. So we have a couple of older ladies that use it, including my mother. The thing I like about it is, number one, it's aluminum ramp. I don't have to worry about it rusting as long as we use calcium chloride, not salt on it. I don't have to worry about it falling. That was one of the things I don't want. The older I get, the more I don't want to do maintenance. Super easy to shovel. You just run down it. It's fantastic. One of the problems with my mother was my father, who's got balance problems as well, but he doesn't have a walker, was trying to get my mother up the stairs, and she's so brittle, her bones, that he couldn't grab her very well. And one of the kind of events that really triggered it was something happened when she got out of the car. She slipped and she ended up on the ground. She wasn't hurt. He couldn't get her up. It was in trying to get her up the stairs that she fell. So he got lucky. They were actually he lives on a dead-end road, so there's not a lot of traffic. There was a crew putting in a new telephone pole at the end of his driveway, and they came and helped and got her up the stairs. With the ramp, I don't have to worry about that. All we have to do is shovel the ramp off real quick, and she can get down and up. He put a transition piece in so it goes to the driveway. It's just one less thing I have to worry about with my mother. 2 things happened. He was fair, he was straight up, super quick with the estimate, super quick with the installation. I never had a problem he was patient with us through the process of, hey, I have to go through a process because it's a church, it's not a business. I can't just make that quick decision. He was super polite. I just like Chris. And like I said, everything it couldn't have been a more perfect transaction, if you will. It was absolutely perfect. When you talk about, in my business, we live and die by surveys and ratings. And trying to get a 10 is really hard to do. And both of those transactions were 10. And I'm a guy that is pretty light and forgiving, and it couldn't have been any better than it was. If you're looking for a ramp and you're looking for a company to do it, you're looking for somebody that can do it quickly, easily, fairly. Chris, I don't know his son, I don't know his family, but the website's pretty small business, obviously. Chris is fantastic. I just highly recommend him. Let's put it this way, I'm a guy that gets estimates. I didn't get another estimate. because I was just that happy with where it was going to lay and how everything went, and especially after the first one, the second one. I couldn't say enough. I've given him a couple, and I don't do reviews online. I did a couple for him online because that's how much I like him.
So if you want experiences like David has had, give us a call. Let's connect and we'll get it done.